Hey, Shalom, I'm giving all praises to Yahweh Bashem Yahushua Bashem HaRachakwadash, and double honors to our apostles and elders. Here, great millstone, peace and blessings to the Lord's hopefully elect. So just a reminder that in the evil times that we're living in, you want to keep your guard up at all times, especially with these people out here, especially with these strangers out here. Now, brother shared a testimony. You'll probably hear about it. It may get brothers may react to it, but brother basically survived like a carnal attack on him, a physical attack. And a few brothers said that, that's kind of been happening. The people in the world getting in the spirit of, getting carnal. And, just a reminder that out here in this land of Babylon, okay, these people out here, they're not your friends. And you just got to be circumspect. Even I myself, I can attest to it. Recently, same things. So just put an alarm out there. This video in particular is just an example. I just used it since it came across. I just watched it, and the Spirit had the conversation come up. Just a reminder that these people out here, okay, don't actually have your good intent. They don't have good intentions. Basically, you don't know. So as the scripture says, you got to be mindful because, we in this truth, we striving to be pure hearted, pure of mind, while the world around us is full of evil. And these people are evil. So you just got to keep that in mind that, these people out here, it can even be your family members. These people want to come up out of nowhere, ask for your help. They want you to break your neck all of a sudden to do this, to do that for them, go out of your way to do this, do that for them. You got to watch it. A lot of people out here are just out to use you, out to gain the advantage. And as the Lord said, even in the end of days, family is going to betray one another. So, I recommend keeping your circle small. Personally, I don't need any new friends or anybody around me. I don't know. And as the times get even more evil, I'm even more, how do you say, diligent, aware, even more of people's intentions. So, like this video here, says teen lures man on a date, then watches her boyfriend kill him. And stuff like this happens all the time, man, out here in the world. You got a lot of predators out here, men and women will be the better predators, but you got men predators too. Brothers who got wives, who got children. You're telling your children, look, watch these people out here. Be circumspect, be aware of your surroundings. Don't just let anybody walk up on you, right? Go beyond certain boundaries. You got to be circumspect out here. And, people using these apps and stuff to meet people, to meet strangers, man, these people are predators. It's easy for them to set you up. So you got to be mindful out here because these people, they don't have good intentions. Why? Because of what the Lord said. I always remember this when you see these evil things that happen. Because, what's basically prophesied is that, when the Lord comes back, right, it's because all hell's broken loose. It's more than just missiles flying, right? There's a buildup. Ideally, it would be preferred if it just went straight to missiles, but it's a buildup. You're actually going to witness a stone cold heart in a lot of people. You're going to witness neighbors betraying one another, right, for food, for water. Your own neighbors, because they say, oh, you got a little bit more than me. And, this was your neighbor for 10 years. But he or she didn't hesitate to try to backstab you or even, get over on you just because you have more than them. Just don't be letting any old people in your house, because you don't know. A lot of people coming in, they scoping you out. What you got? You don't know what they're going through. They probably got a hard time. They got a hard life. They probably lost their job, and they're looking at you like, oh, okay, I see you doing good. I know where I'm coming, if I can't eat. Yeah, man, this is the things we actually gonna witness. We're gonna witness basically love leave the earth. And this is gonna be a build up before the missiles. So we're actually gonna witness these things. And though we strive to be pure of heart, pure of mind, we can't be too naive to our surroundings. You know, I don't feel bad for looking at somebody sideways because I'm looking like, what you on? I don't feel about that because I understand the scriptures and I understand this world is wicked, man. At 2 Ezra 14, excuse me, verse 15. And set aside the thoughts that are most heavy unto thee, and haste thee to flee from these times. For yet greater evils than those which thou hast seen shall be done hereafter. For look how much the world shall be weaker through age, so much the more shall evils increase upon them that dwell therein. Excuse me. Excuse me. So as he said, even in like chapter 4, I believe, because the world, the creature wax old, become weaker. So people are basically becoming soulless. That's the best way to put it. As time progresses, the creature wax older, the people get weaker, and evils increase. And the more evils increase, the more of that bitterness increase in the people in the world to not even give a damn. That's why you ain't never heard a time like no other than these where you hear times about kids killing their own parents. Like, that's so common now. Kid blows his mother's brains out because she told him you can't buy a game, and then he went on the Amazon account to try to buy the game anyway. Like, you're crazy, you're insane. Right? Women leaving their children at home, for 4-5 days just so they can go party. All these things. These people are soulless. You hear these stories of son killing his own parents, locking them in the basement, torturing them. This type of stuff you hear. You ain't never heard that more like now. People getting set up through the dating apps, the meetup people, all these things. These people go with the intent, we could set somebody up and we take his money. So tell him we're going to meet here, meet that. These people ain't got no conscience, man. That stuff's starting to fade. As Yahushua said in Matthew 24, verse 12, and because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. So you're going to witness love just not be present or not even be existent, because the scriptures also says that the land is not only verse 2 Ezra chapter 5. Nevertheless, as concerning the tokens, behold, the day shall come that they which dwell upon the earth shall be taken in a great number, and the way of truth shall be hidden, and the land shall be barren of faith. That's the times we're coming into. Even Yahushua himself says, shall I find faith on the earth? That's how bad it's going to get. It's going to just honestly be looking like, did the Lord forsake the earth? Did he forsake the world? Because people are literally living like, in anarchy. There's no love. There's no fear of the Lord. There's no compassion. And the land's going to be barren of faith. So when people don't have faith, that means they don't fear the consequences of their actions. So a lot of them are going to have attitude like, hey, every man for himself. I do what I want. The world is at an end. There is no most high, whatever. Do whatever they want. And these people will set you up. These people have evil intentions. So be circumspect now more than ever, man. That's basically the alarm the brothers brought forth, and I'm just help echo on that, because I see it myself. People coming up to me randomly trying to start a convo. I don't know these people, and they just own some stuff, because I look, brothers in the shared testimonies, we got history, we know when somebody owns something. So I'm just looking at like, what you own? And they confess, they can sense that I'm not on whatever it is they own, so then they scurry off. Like, see, there's a lot of predators out here. There's a lot of evil people out here, man. As Ephesians 5:15 says, see then that you walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise, redeeming the time, because the days are evil. The days are evil. So redeem the time, redeem your wits. Be mindful of what's going on out here. Be mindful of people just hitting you up out of the blue all of a sudden, wanting you to do some things all of a sudden. You got to be mindful of that. You got to remember, desperate people are desperate. So if people fall on hard times, man, and you doing just a little bit better than them, you'll never know how they can look at you, man. And that's why we need Yahweh Shai, more than ever, especially in these times. So do your diligence to stay aware, stay alert as to what's going on. Don't just be doing anything blindly or anything like that. Like that Jake there that got killed by the woman and her man. Just blindly think, oh, I'm gonna go meet this woman, all that. Probably met exactly where she wanted him to meet, all not even thinking, oh, what's the worst that can happen? No. Well, you saw what the worst that can happen. So hey, I'm just echoing the sentiment. Just keep in mind the days are evil because the love of many shall wax cold. Evil is growing and people are becoming soulless out here. So stay mindful. Shalom.